Good morning, 6th grade. I hope you're having a great day. In this lesson, we're going to be studying about divisibility rules. So, we're going to start with what is divisibility. Divisibility is one whole number is divisible by another if, after dividing, the remainder is 0. For example, 18 is divisible by 9 and 18 is divisible by 2, because whenever you divide them, it gives you a remainder of 0. You may wonder, why are divisibility rules useful for? Well, a divisibility rule in a whole number are very useful because they can help us quickly determine if a number can be divided by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 without using long division. A number is divisible by 2 if the last digit is an even number. Which numbers are even numbers? Well, 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. For example, the number 2438. All I have to do is look at the last digit and see if it's an even number. If the last digit is an even number, then the whole number is going to be divisible by 2. Let's take another one. Let's take 596. Look at the last digit and see if 6 is an even number. Well, we already know that 6 is an even number, so the whole number is going to be divisible by 2. Let's take one more example. Let's take 32. Look at the last digit. The last digit is 2. Is 2 an even number? Yes. So that means that the whole number 32 is going to be divisible by 2. When is a number divisible by 3? Well, the number is divisible by 3 when I add up all the digits in the number and find out if the sum is a multiple of 3. Let's get the number 12,123 and see if it's divisible by 3. How can we determine if it's divisible by 3? We add all the digits together. For example, 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. The sum of the digits give me 9. Is 9 a multiple of 3? Yes, it is. So, the number 12,123 is divisible by 3. When is a number divisible by 4? When you grab the last two digits in that number and it's going to be a multiple of 4. For example, the number 32. 32 only has 2 digits. So I'm going to see if 32 is a multiple of 4. Yes, it is. Because 4 times 8 gives me 32. Or if I divide 32 divided by 4, at the end it's going to give me a remainder of 0. Let's grab the second number, 1,424. I'm just going to grab the two last digits that are going to be 24. Is 24 a multiple of 4? Yes, it is. That's why 1,424 is divisible by 4. Let's do one more. Let's grab 4,720. You're going to grab the last two digits and it's going to be 20. Is 20 a multiple of 4? Yes, it is. Because 4 times 5 is 20. Or if I divide 20 divided by 4, at the end it's going to give me a remainder of 0. Can you think which of the last two numbers is not divisible by 4? You're right. 2,438 is not divisible by 4 because 38 is not a multiple of 4. When is the number divisible by 5? The divisibility rule of 5 is one of the easiest ones because you just have to see if the last digit is 0 or 5. Are all these numbers divisible by 5? Of course they are, because all the numbers end in 0 or 5. For example, the number 340, the last digit is 0. The other example, 635, the last digit is 5. The other example, 4,205, the last digit is 5. Get it? If the number ends in 0 or 5, the whole number is divisible by 5. The number is divisible by 6 when it accomplishes the rules 2 and 3. That means that the number has to have the last digit an even number, and if the sum of all the digits is a multiple of 3. So, if it has the rules of 2 and 3, it also has the rules of 6. Let's take the following examples and see if they're divisible by 6. First, we have the number 36. We have to see two things. The last number, if it's an even number, and if the sum of the numbers is a multiple of 3. So, 6 is an even number, and if we add 6 plus 3 gives me 9, and 9 is a multiple of 3. So 36 has divisibility rule of 2, and it has the divisibility rule of 3. If they have both of them together, so 36 is divisible by 6 too. Let's take the number 57. 7 is not an even number, so it doesn't have the divisibility rule of 2. And if we add 5 plus 7, it is going to be 12. So it accomplishes the divisibility rule of 3. But remember that it's going to be divisible by 6 if it has the two divisibility rules. Okay, let's take the last number. The last number is 80. Okay, the last digit is going to be 0. 0 is an even number, so it has a divisibility rule of 2. But if you add 8 plus 0 is 8. It's not a multiple of 3, so it does not have the divisibility rule of 3. That's why it does not have the divisibility rule of 6. Remember that the number can be divisible by 6 only if it accomplishes the two rules. When is a number divisible by 8? When you grab the last three digits and see if it's a multiple of 8. For example, in the number 10,584, I'm just going to grab the three last digits, 584, and I'm going to see if it's a multiple of 8. Another way to do it is by dividing the last three digits by 8. That means 584 divided by 8 gives me 73. And at the end, or as a remainder, it has to give me 0. The number is divisible by 9 when the sum of all the digits is a multiple of 9. Let's take the example 12,123. If I add the digits 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 gives me 9. Is 9 a multiple of 9? Yes, because 9 times 1 is 9. So all the number 12,123 is divisible by 9. Okay, we're almost done. When is the number divisible by 10? The divisibility rule of 10 is one of the easiest rules. The number is divisible by 10 when the last digit ends in 0. Let's take these examples. Which numbers are divisible by 10? Remember that the numbers divisible by 10 are the ones that the last digit is 0. So in this case, 340 is divisible by 10, 20 is divisible by 10, and 80 are divisible by 10. The two other numbers do not end in 0. That's why they're not divisible by 10. Let's review. On your own words, tell me the definition of each divisibility rule. You can pause the video to do the activity. Did you get them correct? Let's do the following exercise. Identify which divisibility rules are applied to the number 102. You can pause the video to work on it. Did you get it correct? Did you identify all the divisibility rules for 102? Let's try to identify the divisibility rules for the number 72. Well guys, did you get it correct? Remember to study these rules because it's an easier way to divide big numbers. See you soon.